Hello and welcome to my meditation. My name is Debra Baker and I am so delighted that you have joined me. Let's begin with 3 really nice deep breaths, breathing all the way down into our bellies. And exhaling very slowly, with each breath getting a little deeper and each exhale getting a little slower. I am so delighted to still be able to be outside, and I kind of secretly challenged myself to record these meditations outside for as long as I can. And it's September now, so the weather's nice, but we shall see. Because I'm a warm weather person, I prefer warmth. So I'm not real fond of being cold. I love the change of seasons, but I just don't like to be cold. Okay, so we have slowed our breathing down, and it's time now to relax our bodies. Pull your shoulders up and then let them down, and just feel some relaxation in your neck. We're going to take a little different tact today and start with our necks. Our necks in our upper chest or heart space, kind of the middle of the chakras. The green chakra at the heart is the middle, the blue chakra at the throat is one of the top 3. So I invite you to just stretch your shoulders out a little, stretch your neck out a little. And feel that relaxation moving up into your neck, all the way into your neck and into your head, your face, your jaw. I hope that by now you have closed your eyes, because I think it's most helpful to meditate if our eyes are closed. Can you hear the breeze in the trees? It's bringing about the change of seasons. So exciting that nothing stays the same, that we always have something new to look forward to. And now feel that relaxation having moved all the way up to the top of your head. I invite you to allow it to move into your brain, to allow your brain to feel some sense of peace and relaxation. You are just a dear, dear, sweet, precious soul, whole and perfect, exactly as you are. I invite you to allow that thought to sink into your brain, to sink into your mind, that you truly are whole and perfect exactly as you are. And allow God, infinite spirit, the universal life force, the true energy of the universe, to sink into your brain and relax it, calm it down, allow you to go into that theta wave, that brain wave of meditation, and also to relax your face, neck, shoulders, upper back, upper chest. Feel that relaxation moving all the way through your rib cage, all the way down your arms, to your elbows, to your wrists, to the tip of each finger and thumb, through your midsection, middle back, sides, middle tummy, into your pelvis, all the way down to your tailbone. And then down your legs. And just spend a moment. Spend a moment relishing this. So I asked my guides this morning, what are we going to focus on today? And the answer is the idea, the truth that what we focus on increases. So today we are going to focus on joy. We are going to focus on what we want. I've been having several conversations lately with people talking about listening to the news and looking at information on social media. And I think the litmus test, the test for what we expose ourselves to and whether it's what we want, what we focus on increases. So if we are focusing on things that scare us, we are going to increase our sense of worry, our sense of unease, our sense of that all is not well. And when we focus on things that are happy and joyful, we increase our sense of joy. So let's first think about what we expose ourselves to. And when I created my Instagram account, which is Healing Debra, actually I created first a private account because I didn't know if I was going to use it for my clients, but and for my spiritual work. And so my private account, I subscribe to photographers, and I would look at that account before I go to bed, and I would see beautiful pictures of just wonderful places. One of my favorites is subscribing to the accounts that hashtag Northern Lights. It's on my bucket list to someday see the Northern Lights in person. Another shout out to my precious niece Laura. Oh my goodness, there's a hummingbird in my zinnia over there. My niece Laura got to see the Northern Lights on a regular basis because she was living up in the Canadian tundra. And I just can't imagine what it would be like to walk out every night and see such incredible beauty. Think about the beautiful places. I love going to the mountains. And as you've probably already figured out, I love photography. And what I've noticed is sometimes the camera captures what I see. And I can even, enhance it by focusing in. My pictures that I'll share of the butterflies, where you can see their little tiny legs and their almost the enjoyment on their faces of the nectar that they're taking from my flowers. And other times I notice that I see something so beautiful, but when I put it through the lens of my camera, either my camera on my phone or the camera at my Canon, it doesn't capture it. And so then I capture it with my heart, and I take it in and I click on this memory, and I just treasure it. So I invite you to think about the things that you treasure. Think about the loved ones. And there is this, gosh, it's going to make me cry. One of the last times that my father came to visit me, he walked up the sidewalk to my house as I was walking out the front door, and he made eye contact with me, and he maintained that eye contact, and it was as though all of the love from his soul was pouring out into mine. And I just stood there and I took it in. felt this incredible, unconditional love just flowing from my precious, precious Father. I invite you to make eye contact with your loved ones and even, strangers, and notice that the vibration of eye contact is unconditional love. It is love. It is the vibration of the universe, the universal life force. And so think about what you expose yourself to on a daily basis. I remember as a college student, long before then, I didn't expose myself to the news, especially the international news, because I had this sense that it was nothing that I could do anything about, and for the most part it didn't affect me directly. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be socially conscious or, concerned about the world around you, but focusing on it so much, it was not helpful to me. And it didn't make me a very good journalism student because I wasn't as informed as I should have been, at least at first. And so what we focus on increases. Let's take a moment to focus on your best qualities. Think about what a loving, precious, kind person you are. Think about all of the people who feel loved by you. I think I've mentioned the book, The 5 Love Languages, in past meditations. But I think it's valid. I bring it up again because each of us expresses our love in our own unique way. So for some people it's giving gifts, for some people it's spending time with you, or kind words, or I can't think of the other two. But think about how you like to give love to people and recognize how loving you are. I love to give gifts. I don't give as many as I'd like to, but I love to give gifts, and there's just something so satisfying about a gift well received. When I give a gift to someone and they really like it. So I invite you to think about how you love and to congratulate yourself. And sometimes how we love someone isn't necessarily the same language with which they like to receive love. So one of my ways of loving is to say kind words, which is, part of these meditations. Reminding people that they are beautiful and whole and perfect, and all of those kind words. And interestingly, my husband, that's not his way to receive love. So I had to figure out how to speak to him in his language. If you're feeling a disconnect with someone that you love, maybe it's that they don't hear your language. They don't understand that this gesture is about love. My husband, when we first got together, would, if he would see dishes in the sink, he would do them. And that's another one of the love languages, is acts of service. And at first, I felt a little insulted because I thought it was his way of telling me that I wasn't keeping a clean house, which I don't generally keep a super clean house. But then I realized that that was his way of showing me that he loved me, that he did things for me, and he still does all the time. So let's focus on how much love there is in this world. When we watch the news, and I since I was a journalism student and got my degree in it in college, there was a lot of discussion about what is newsworthy. And what was newsworthy was what was exceptional, what was different, what stood out. So realize that when something is on the news, it's because it is the exception. So most people in the world are loving and kind. Most people care about one another. Most people genuinely open their hearts to one another, to the world. I invite you to just remember when you hear the news that it's newsworthy because it is the exception, because it stands out. All of the millions of acts of kindness, the people who adopt a dog or a cat from a shelter, the people who bring someone a bouquet of flowers just because, or hold the door open, or all the different ways that people are kind and loving. People who are glad to see you when they haven't seen you in a while. And my neighbor who, on her walk, found the baby booty that I dropped while I was walking my granddaughter the other day and brought it back to me. All those little things that people show us that they love us. What we focus on increases, and I invite you to see beauty everywhere and to see the love that is there for you, and to know that that love is coming from me to you in so many ways. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I don't usually say this, but if you could subscribe to my channel, I have I got a message the other day that if I get 100 subscribers, I can create a unique name for the channel so that it'll be easier for people to find. So that's my goal, is 100 subscribers. Let's focus on how much we are loved, how much love we have to give, because the more love we give, the more we have to give. Isn't that just a cool property, a cool thing, that the more we give, the more we have to give? And that's truly about the abundance of the world. And when we get tuned into the divine prosperity, we find that to be true in every area of our lives. Focusing on love, peace, joy, prosperity, abundance. Know that my heart is open to you, and I wish you all of the best this day and this week. And I remind you again, you are whole and perfect exactly as you are. And the God in me honors and recognizes and loves the God in